Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about something very deep, very personal, and very powerful. This message is for the ones who feel like life gave them more than they could carry. For the ones who have been strong for so long that they forgot what it feels like to rest. For the ones who look calm on the outside, but inside carry stories no one knows. If you have gone through too much, if life has tested you again and again, this video is for you. Let me say this clearly from the beginning. Going through too much does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you were unlucky. And it definitely does not mean you are broken. In fact, if you are still standing after everything you've faced, you possess one of the rarest kinds of strength that exists in this world. A strength that cannot be taught, cannot be bought, and cannot be faked. Most people will never understand this kind of strength because they have never been forced to develop it. They have never had to grow up too fast. They have never had to survive emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. But you have. And even if you don't see it yet, that has changed you in ways that are incredibly powerful. When you go through too much, the first thing that happens is that your perspective shifts. Things that once felt like the end of the world no longer shake you the same way. You stop panicking over small problems. You stop reacting to every little thing. Not because you don't care, but because you've learned what truly matters. You've seen real pain. You've experienced real loss. So your mind naturally filters out what is unnecessary. This ability to stay calm in chaos is rare. Most people crumble when things don't go their way. They complain, they panic, they blame. But you've been through storms that taught you how to breathe even when everything feels like it's collapsing. That calmness you carry is not emptiness. It is wisdom born from survival. Another rare strength you develop is emotional depth. When you felt pain deeply, you also feel everything else deeply. You understand emotions in a way others don't. You notice shifts in energy. You can sense when someone is not okay, even when they say they are fine. This is because your own pain trained you to read between the lines. You don't just listen to words, you listen to silence. You don't just see smiles, you see what's behind them. That makes you empathetic, compassionate, and emotionally intelligent. And in a world where many people are disconnected from their own feelings, this is a powerful gift. However, this depth often comes with loneliness. Because when you think deeply, feel deeply, and understand deeply, it becomes harder to connect on a surface level. Small talk feels empty. Shallow conversations drain you. You crave real connection, real meaning, real understanding. And when you don't find it, you choose solitude over pretending. This does not mean you are antisocial or distant. It means you value authenticity. You've been through too much to waste your energy on what doesn't matter. That discernment is strength. If you've gone through too much, you also develop resilience that surprises even you. There are moments when you look back and wonder how you survived certain phases of your life. Times when you were hurting but still showed up. Times when you were exhausted but still kept going. Times when you had no one to lean on, yet you carried yourself forward. That ability to keep moving, even when motivation is gone, even when hope feels thin, is one of the strongest traits a human can have. It means you don't rely solely on circumstances to be okay. You have learned how to become your own support system. You might not realize it, but you have mastered the art of endurance. And endurance is not loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't seek attention. It simply continues. Another rare strength is adaptability. When life keeps changing your plans, breaking your expectations, and forcing you to start over, you learn how to adjust. You learn how to rebuild. You learn how to let go and begin again. Over time, you stop fearing change because change has been your normal. While others panic when things shift, you find your footing. You know that even if everything falls apart, you will find a way. That confidence does not come from arrogance. It comes from experience. You also develop an inner independence that few people understand. You don't easily depend on others for validation or approval. Not because you don't value people, but because you learned early that not everyone will show up for you. So you learn to show up for yourself. This makes you incredibly strong, but it can also make you tired. Being self-reliant for too long can feel heavy. And it's important to remember that strength does not mean you have to do everything alone forever. It simply means you know you can survive if you have to. If you've gone through too much, you likely carry silent discipline. You do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. You push yourself quietly. You don't always talk about your struggles. You just handle them. This kind of discipline is not built in comfort. It is built when giving up is not an option. People often mistake this silence for coldness or distance. But it is not. It is focus. It is self-control. It is knowing when to conserve your energy and when to use it. You also become very selective with your time and energy. You understand that your peace is valuable. You fought hard to find moments of calm, so you protect them. You don't engage in unnecessary drama. You don't chase attention. You don't explain yourself to everyone. This boundary setting is a form of self-respect. It means you've learned your limits. And knowing your limits is a sign of maturity, not weakness. Another rare strength you possess is the ability to appreciate small things. When you've experienced hardship, simple moments feel meaningful. A quiet morning. A deep breath. A genuine conversation. A sense of safety. These things are not boring to you. They are precious. You know how quickly things can change, so you value what you have while you have it. That gratitude keeps you grounded. It keeps you human in a world that often rushes past what matters. If you've gone through too much, you've also developed patience. Not the passive kind, but the deep understanding that some things take time. Healing takes time. Growth takes time. Building a better life takes time. You've learned not to rush your process because you've seen what happens when things fall apart too quickly. You trust yourself to move at your own pace. That patience allows you to build something real, something lasting. But let's be honest. This kind of strength often comes with hidden exhaustion. Being strong for too long can make you forget how to be gentle with yourself. You may struggle to ask for help. You may minimize your own pain because you've survived worse. You may feel guilty for resting because you're used to pushing through. If that sounds like you, hear this. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to need support. Strength does not disappear when you take care of yourself. It grows. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You've already survived enough to know who you are. The strongest people are not those who never struggle, but those who learn when to soften without breaking. Another powerful trait you carry is clarity. You know what you want and what you don't want. You know what kind of life you don't want to repeat. You've seen chaos, so you seek stability. You've felt confusion, so you value clarity. This clarity guides your decisions. It helps you walk away from situations that no longer serve you. It helps you choose peace over ego. And that clarity is priceless. If you've gone through too much, you often have a strong moral compass. You know what pain feels like, so you are careful not to cause it unnecessarily. You are mindful of your words. You are aware of your impact. You don't take kindness lightly because you know how much it matters. This makes you trustworthy. People may not always understand you, but they feel safe around you. They sense that you are real. You also develop courage. Not the loud, dramatic kind, but quiet courage. The courage to face another day. The courage to keep believing in yourself. The courage to stay kind in a world that has not always been kind to you. That courage is rare. Many people give up internally long before they give up externally. But you kept going, even when it was hard. If you've gone through too much, you carry stories that shaped you. And one day, those stories will not just be pain, they will be power. They will guide others. They will inspire. They will remind you of how far you've come. You are not defined by what hurt you. You are defined by how you grew through it. So if you are watching this and thinking, I've been through too much, understand this. You are not behind in life. You are not damaged. You are not weak. You are strong in ways that don't always show on the surface. You are wise beyond your years. You are resilient beyond measure. You are capable of building a life that feels safe, meaningful, and real. The world may not always recognize your strength, but you don't need its validation. You know what you've survived. And that is enough. If this message spoke to you, remember this. Everything you went through was not for nothing. It shaped you, refined you, and prepared you for something greater. Stay strong, but also stay kind to yourself. You deserve the same compassion you give to others. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And remember, your strength is rare, powerful, and deeply human.